Dallas Willard said, God may not guide us in an obvious way because He wants us to make decisions based on faith and character, meaning God actually has always been willing to test the resolve, the determination, and the strength of man in terms of his character, decision, choice, perception, understanding, as well as action. And that means God is always going to test us and examine us in terms of our strength, power, character, bravery in one way or another. And that's why He puts us in so much, sometimes misery, unhappiness, suffering, despair, and helplessness, that we basically have no other choice or option but to become strong, powerful, and unconquerable. In some cases, He puts us in scenarios where we have to develop and cultivate integrity, morality, and character, and the other absolute virtues of honesty, loyalty, discipline, dedication, hard work, effort, without which we will never be able to move forward given the circumstances and situations in which He puts us in, related to both internal tragedies, traumas, or external criticisms, unnecessary condemnations, societal conditions, governmental restrictions, and so on and so forth. Everything can be considered as an obstacle or a hindrance created by God Himself in order to test the resilience, the strength, and the ability of man in the circumstance which he cannot control, and he does not control by his will, desire, arrogance, or power. And that's why God always tests, evaluates, and examines strength, power, resilience, determination, and the other important qualities and virtues in the life of man through the creation of arbitrary suffering, natural sorrow, unwanted misery, unhappiness, despair, frustration, and hatred, sometimes that come from external sources and societal conditions and not naturally. So the most important tests that God puts us on is the test of faith and character. When it comes to God and His manifestation and materialization, we have to have faith. Without faith, there is no God. Now, for some people, God is everything because they have absolute faith that cannot be shattered or broken despite adversity or in the face of unrelenting internal or external pressure, criticism, or condemnation. And another important imperative test is character. God tests our character to the fullest. We have to be pure from within ourselves, and